Okay, give me just a second. I'll run downstairs.
Years ago, I really want to do that. May or may not. Right now, look like it's tonight. Right, Scan Valley.
No, that's what we're trying to figure out. You might just be able to grab it.
But she's so great. She just didn't know it. We're gonna get up to the beach. Don't go away, man. Just go away. Why you swear to go away? They ain't going no place. This is my. I got every paper I got. But he said he was going to take care of it. Then he gets out.
Yeah, no, it's just way worked out. And there's been some that up. It's always been a big class. Next 3 hours, like 22. Most of the classes.
And kids in that.
Yeah, that's it about right. Yep. We have a 7th grade class.
The 76.
Hi, this is Gloria. Hey, can you turn the TV on to channel 3 to 2? You see some buckets. Okay, but I'm going to go talk, and I want to know if you can hear me. Sound check. Sound check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me on TV? I have to turn your volume up. Okay, so sound check. Sound check. 1, 2. No? So have her turn it up. Okay. So it's bouncing off the wall for me. So I'm just gonna keep talking. I'm sure that it's going to pick up more as we go, but it is louder this time. I'm just talking now. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. No. I don't know my end. Okay. Especially the camera is very How high do you have your TV to set? Turn it to about 30. Turn it to about 30 and then see if you can hear what I'm saying. Check. check, check, check.
Hope you enjoy yourself.
No. Okay, well, we had the audio. Okay, thank you. I might be calling you back. Well, that's because I'm on YouTube and you're on. So it's going to be the same as what I say. So if I say check 1, 2, it's going to be like 4 to 5 seconds before you hear check 1, 2. Okay, well, let me do this. All right, I might call you back. Yep.
Just hand those out as well as
All right. Well, right now it's going to be a little bit higher than that. So what do you do?
it doesn't matter. Back together. Like, Mary. Carson. Jaden. Eli. Jessica.
That sounds very good.
What do you guys now?
Thank you so much again.
Ready? Spread out. Axel. Spread out. Spread out, Demi. Go down. This is one of the guys. Spread out. Miles. Go down. Spread out.
Okay, then we're using a different microphone than I've got hooked up. So how about now? But you can, okay, I know what it is. We got it. Thank you so much. I'm an idiot. Bye.
Welcome to the Boston Springs Veterans Day program. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we gather not just to honor our veterans, but to say thank you. Veterans Day is a time to pause and remember the courage, sacrifice, and dedication of those who have served our country. Because of their service, we are able to live with freedom, peace, and an opportunity. So as we begin our program, let's take a moment to open our hearts with gratitude. For every veteran who has stood for something greater than themselves, please stand and remove cover as the Western Springs Middle School High School Band and Star Spangled Banner directed by Ms. Teresa Preisner. Thank you, preschool students. I would now like to introduce Asa Siciliano to give an introductory remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my great honor to welcome you all to our Veterans Day program. Today we gather as a community, students and educators, families and friends, to honor the men and women who have served in the armed forces of the United States. Veterans Day is more than a day on the calendar. It is gratitude, and reflection. We come together to recognize the courage, sacrifice, and dedication of those who have worn the uniform, defending our nation and the freedom we cherish. To our veterans here today, thank you. Your story inspired us. Your service strengthened us, and your example teaches us the true meaning of service and honor. Whether you served in times of peace or conflict, at home or abroad, your service has made a lasting impact on our country and our lives. Today, let us listen and learn and reflect with gratitude. Let us also carry forward our veteran spirit of through kindness, civic engagement, and a shared commitment to one another. Thank you again for joining us in this celebration of honor, courage, and sacrifice. Welcome, and let us begin our Veterans Day program.
To welcome Sergeant Jensen Coleman to Sweden. Thank you, veterans.
They left behind their hopes and dreams to answer freedom's call. With courage burning in their hearts, they vowed to give it all.
Through desert heat pushing away, through forest dark and mountain high, they carried hope where shadows fell beneath the distant foreign sky.
They fought not just for land or fame, but the right to speak and live. For every child to walk in peace, they gave what few could give.
Their battles raged from near and far in treacherous skies and seas. Their spirits strong, their faith unbound, their purpose and duty.
Now the time has been the drums of war, but not the hearts that bled. For every name on every stone, your nation bows its head.
So thank you, veterans, proud and true, your duty never fades. The freedom that we hold so dear was built by your great days.
Sergeant Jensen and Cole Wenzel. We are honored to have the men and women here today that have served and serving in the armed forces. No matter where you serve, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, or Coast Guard, we are forever grateful for what you guys have sacrificed for us. Veterans, please stand if you are able for the band plays your service song of your branch of military.
Please welcome Archie Closett and Wyatt Ayler, who will be sharing the reading behind the white table.
This table, chapter 1, is a small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner alone. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that some are missing from our ranks. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to our nation's call to arms. The black napkin represents the sorrow of captivity. The single rose in the vase signifies the blood that many have shed to ensure the freedom of the United States of America. The rose also reminds us of the families and friends of our missing comrades who keep the faith, awaiting their return. The yellow ribbon on the vase represents the yellow ribbons worn on the lapels of the thousands who demand a proper accounting of our comrades who are not among us tonight. A sliced lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter fate. The salt sprinkled on the plate reminds us of the countless fallen tears of families as they wait. The glass is inverted because they can't toast with us. The chair is empty because they are not here. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope that lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors to open arms of a grateful nation.
3 years and served in the Army National Guard for 35. He retired as an aviation maintenance supervisor at the Army Aviation Support Facility at Airport in Kansas City. After his retirement in 2007, Doug now resides in Pierre with his wife Lily. Together they have one daughter, Beth, and her husband Brian. They also have one grandson, Jamie. Doug is a Vietnam veteran where he served as a helicopter crew chief on Louis helicopters. Doug flew something over 1,000 hours with 3 tours and earned 14-year medal for all of his years of service. Please welcome Doug Mitchell.
They make these things so short. Before I tell you about myself and how I became a veteran, I first and foremost would like to thank all the other veterans here for their service to this great nation. Now, who am I and how did I end up connected to this community? Well, I grew up just south here in the town of Plankton, and I graduated high school there in 1969. I've got 3 brothers and 2 sisters. My brother Kurt and his wife Jean live here. Their daughter Kim is married to Jerry Orr. And I've stayed very close to their family over the years, attending many of their sporting events. And also, I got to take each one of the kids fishing many times. So it's been a lot of fun. Well, just recently, while I was down at a volleyball game in White Lake, Addie was playing, and Mitchell and Micah asked me if I would come here and be a part of this Veterans Day program. So that's how I got here. How did I become a veteran? Well, after a year of college at Dakota Wesleyan, I didn't know what I was going to do for a career. And rather than continue on with college, I decided to go to the service. My dad was a World War II veteran, and I wanted to serve just like he did. I enlisted to become a helicopter pilot. I went to basic training and was assigned to Fort Rucker, Alabama, to flight school. Well, things happened. When I got to flight school, I failed my flight physical because I was too tall. 6'6" was their limit, and I was 6'8". So they said, "What are you going to do now?" So they said, we'll either pick something or you pick something. I said, "Well, can I be a crew chief?" They said, "Yeah, you can be a crew chief." So I passed the flight physical to be a helicopter crew chief, went to helicopter mechanic school, and went on from there. Upon graduation from flight school, I was assigned to go to Vietnam. So by August of 1971, I was assigned to the 117th Assault Helicopter Company of the 1st Aviation Brigade, located in 3 Corps in Plantation, Vietnam. My unit was assigned 24 UH-1s and 10 UH-1 gunships. Our mission was troop insertion, resupply and support, and many other missions that were assigned to us from our headquarters. We flew a lot of missions over in Laos and Cambodia, besides in Vietnam. During my time in Vietnam, I did fly around 1,000 combat hours, and that's where I ended up with the 14 air medals that Mitchell had talked about. After my tour in Vietnam, I was assigned to as a helicopter mechanic to the 101st Airborne Division down in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. After my enlistment was up, I returned to South Dakota and joined the South Dakota Army National Guard and was a crew chief on UH-1 helicopters assigned to the 1085th Med Company helicopter ambulance at Rapid City, South Dakota. And at the same time, I was hired full-time by the Army Aviation Support Facility at Rapid City as a full-time aviation helicopter mechanic. I spent the next 35 years in the National Guard. I never saw my career going that way. But that's sometimes just how things happen when you start out doing something. During my time in South Dakota National Guard, I traveled all over the United States. I spent a tour in Panama and a tour down in Nicaragua, and ended up having just a great tour and a great time, and with a lot of good memories from the whole thing. Now, some that are servicemen probably wonder, how in the heck did a warrant officer be a crew chief? Well, I spent the first 20 years as a enlisted man as a crew chief and a mechanic. The last 18 years, I went to officer training school, was a warrant officer, and was a aircraft maintenance technician and an aircraft mechanic supervisor the rest of that time. So that's how I ended up here as an officer. So what does a veteran, being a veteran, mean to me? Well, for one thing, it means that I'm very proud to wear my uniform. I'm proud of our country, and I was proud to be a soldier and part of a team while in combat and while I was here in the States supporting our country, fighting forest fires, helping out in blizzards, helping out communities when we get a call like finding lost children or something. We spent a lot of time in the different communities throughout this state during blizzards and things and during floods. So what could you do, especially all you kids, to honor and support veterans? I would say that the military isn't for everybody, but everybody can do something to support veterans. One thing is just show up at different veteran ceremonies, either the servicemen ceremonies when they're deploying, or the servicemen ceremonies when they're returning from their deployment. You can always donate money to the different veterans organizations. Be proud of your country. Fly the flag. There is another great way that I see that we can support our veterans. Jerry's dad, Gary, is a veteran. And Jerry was able to accompany him on the Veterans Honor Flight to Washington, D.C. What a great honor. What a great way to honor our veterans. I know that meant a lot to Jerry and Gary. Another way we can do it is just to ask the veteran about their service. Spend a little time thanking them for their service. Write to veterans when they're off to their deployment, especially while they're deployed overseas. This was near and dear to my heart. When I was in Vietnam, there was no phones, no computers, no way to talk to your family. So, I cared a lot about my family. My family cared about what I was doing, and they wrote me letters all the time. My little sister Shirley was in high school at that time, and she wrote me constantly, and I will never forget it. Another thing that really is near is the spouses of the deployed servicemen and what they have to do back here in this country while we're overseas. My wife spent 35 years doing anything there was that had to be taken care of at home while I was deployed overseas. And throughout my time in the National Guard, there wasn't hardly a year went by I wasn't gone on something. So that means a lot. So they're just as important as the servicemen in many cases. They raise the family. Another thing we can do is continue like you're doing, and that's honoring the veterans on Veterans Day. You can always visit a VA hospital and make a Veterans Day by just saying hi. They also have a program down in Hot Springs that they have a Christmas tree in Rapid City area. You take these tags and you buy the different gifts that they have on these tags, and they take these and gather these back up and take them down and give them to the veterans home and hospitals at Christmas time. A few years ago, I found another way to serve veterans. I drive the DAV van. For those of you who don't know, that Disabled American Veterans, the DAV, they buy a van, and then we take the different veterans to the VA appointments or the VA scheduled appointments at private medical facilities. All the time, all the drivers are just volunteers. We don't get paid anything, but it is a great feeling to be able to take a lot of these veterans to their different places. Most of the places I go from here are Rapid City, Fort Meade, or Sioux Falls. A lot of these veterans do not want to drive in those big cities. It's just more than they want to do. So that is a great thing that they got going. We truly can't thank our veterans enough for the freedom we enjoy in this country. The many times that we are deployed all around the world, we find that there are many countries that don't allow their people to vote. They don't have any time for a person that's going to express their opinion. We have that freedom because we earned it in this country. From the time we declared our independence in 1776, we have had to fight for our freedom. Hopefully, there are no more wars soon. But we always have to be prepared and ready for some nation to challenge our freedom. As soldiers, we don't make those decisions to whether we're going to deploy or not. Those decisions are made by the commander-in-chief, the president of this country. But what we do is we are taught to follow our orders, go to where we need to go, and do the best job we can do. As soldiers, we don't question whether why we're deployed someplace. We do the best job we can to represent our unit and our country. Our soldiers sacrifice a lot to defend our nation. It takes a lot of sacrifice to miss all the events that take place during our deployments. And we go to a lot of different places all over the world. There is no greater feeling, though, than returning home after months of deployment to your family and your friends and being able to enjoy this free country that, so many veterans sacrifice themselves for. The things that would set the American soldier apart from any other nation is because we never quit. When things look bad, we continue in the fight. We make sure that we are doing what we are sent there to do. Now, I saved this part to last. And that's because I don't know whether I'll be able to finish my speech if I didn't do a clap. I can tell you one of the hardest parts of going off to a military deployment is to drive to the airport and the long walks down those airport corridors to the airplane, because you're doing that alone. And luckily, I have a brother, Kurt, and a brother, Brad, that take me to and from my deployments. And my brother, Kurt, wanted to be in the military. He couldn't pass the physical, but his job was get me to Falls, get me back home. And I really appreciate that. And I want to thank you, Kurt, for all you did there. And I want to thank you for what a great family you have here in Western Springs School District. It means a lot to all of us. I want to thank everyone again, all the veterans and their families, give them while they're away. And thank all of you for having me here today.
Thank you, Doug Mitchell, for your inspiring speech. I would now like to welcome the 8th grade class